Hello, and welcome to the second AniNews. We made it. January 2018 edition. Our production value is clearly off the charts, not to mention our good looks. But I'll just quite simply talk through some stuff I've heard about since last time. What should we start with? How about Steins Gate 0? I don't know how I'm going to fit all the different little titles of them, the acronyms or whatever. Steins Gate 0. So much for intending to have some sort of reaction break over the summer heat. It is slated for April. We are not that far from Steins Gate 0. Absolutely bonkers. And for that, I want to be very careful how we go about that one. I want to try my best to set what Steins Gate was aside to just simply enjoy whatever Steins Gate 0 is. Whatever Steins Gate 0 is. And not to compare it. Comparing can come afterwards, but not during it. It's going to be very difficult not to have Steins Gate as the standard up against Steins Gate 0. We just have to enjoy it. Enjoy the ride from point A to point B. And I doubt anyone's not going to have high expectations. It's going to be very difficult not to. So we just gotta keep it toned down. And I'm thinking along the lines of going about it instead of waiting until it's all available, to do it week to week. That way it seems to have much more weight, much more fun, being able to ponder the entire week about the next episode. And from what I've seen, folks have said it's darker. Think about that. Steins Gate was plenty dark. There was a lot of dark stuff in there. Good grief. One thing from the visual novel they kept out, though, as far as I'm aware. But how could it get darker in Steins Gate 0? We will see. But Steins Gate was plenty dark enough for me. I don't need it to get any darker than that. That was pretty dang dark as it was. So interested to see where they take it. It's gonna certainly be quite good to see how things unfold and how the world changes as it gets from the start of the show to probably the middle or more towards the end, but probably towards the middle, I would imagine. The first episode's probably just going to be refamiliarization with the characters and stuff like that, kickstart us. But anyhow, enough of that. We need to get on with the show here. Attack on Titan Season 3. Slated for July. Now, these half seasons, such as Season 2, kind of left much to be desired. For me. But at least with Season 2, I will give them credit. It was different in a way that I wanted it to be. They threw at us a bunch of mystery questions ongoing, and I really liked that. But I still think overall the show needs, or desperately needs, some sort of huge plot twist, because after how Season 1 had ended, people figured out certain things with the show. So we need plot twists. We need things folks could not possibly have figured out. We need new elements, new characters, new plot twists into this. It needs to be how we perceive it as simple, what's going on, at least in terms of our speculation of the overall, it needs to be much more complex and intricate. And then, of course, keep doing the questioning, making us question this and that. I really like that. But I think the show deserves some plot twists, so that we don't have any clue where it's going to go. I want there to be plot twists, new characters, some deception, this and that. So, but at least season 3 is coming much quicker than season 2 did. I'll give them that. All right. Enough of that. Boku no Hero Academia season 3, destined for April. April is turning out to be quite the heavy hitter. Oh my goodness. Are we going to be busy? Good grief. What a lineup, Goodness. Of course, with season 2, I hoped to see what was essentially the end of season 1. And thus, with season 3, I still want to see that kind of a thing again. And I'm going to be very disappointed if we don't get to see that type of a thing again. I want to see All Might go all out again. I want to see that. Obviously, the problem with season 1 and season 2 is if season 1 you have something like that, and season 2 you don't up the ante with that. You don't give that plus bonuses. It's gonna be not perceived not as great, and I think that's what the case was for me. It's very difficult for season 2s to live up to season 1s. It's very, very difficult because it's just not the same. I'm concerned about that with Steins Gate Zero. I'm concerned about that with even One Piece. You value what you've seen of it, seen of such, this or that show ABC, and then you worry about what it could become, or how it may disappoint, or how it may not compare. So we have to try and treat them as their own kind of a deal. It's very difficult to do. But I'm hoping season 3, Boku no Hero Academia, I hope it delivers, and I hope it raises the bar. I hope it's better than season 2. Like I say, I want the finale of season 1 again. I want that kind of a thing again. I want just bonkers fight. So, lots of villains and stuff like that as well. We got. It was kind of in between with season 2. We were kind of in between. We got to fathom that the not in Boku no Hero Academia's case, but Attack on Titan season 2, shorter, less risky, that kind of a deal. You can dish content out faster with shorter seasons, like 12 episodes versus 24, 25. Boku no Hero Academia season 2 really proved itself with being able to create a lot of content. So that was really good. It's kind of like the roles reversed. Attack on Titan, crazy successful season 1, and then they do a shorter season 2. Boku no Hero Academia had a really darn good season 1, but short, but then it went into a longer show for a season 2. A very interesting difference. But both, I don't think, stood up to season 1. I think both of them fell below that bar. But like I say, you got to try and treat them different, but it's hard not to compare. So anyhow, on to Shokugeki no Soma, season 3. Are you hungry for more? It is slated for April. April is stacked like pancakes. Now, season 2 along the lines of Boku no Hero Academia Season 2 and Attack on Titan Season 2. To me, it just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. Now, obviously, saying this and that, I revealed that I've seen Season 2, but that's fine. It doesn't need to be a secret. I recorded it. But here's the deal. Hopefully, Season 3, I assume it's going to be a short season. I don't know about... I assume Attack on Titan Season 3 is going to be a shorter season. Steins Gate Zero, it's going to be a full-fledged show. 24 or 25 episoder, as far as I can fathom. Attack on Titan, probably a shorter one again. Boku no Hero Academia, I feel like it's up in the air. I'm not sure. After it proved itself, it could do a lot more content. Shokugeki, I expect Season 3 to be short again. Boku no Hero Academia, I'm not sure. I am not sure about it. It feels like it's up in the air, whether it's going to be a shorter season or longer. But after it proved itself to be a long show, I don't know. I'll bet that it's going to be a long one again. That's what I'll bet. I will bet that. I bet 2 Nekos. I bet 2 Nekos. Not just 1 Neko, but 2 Nekos. 2 cats. I bet 2 cats that Boku no Hero Academia Season 3 is the same content length as Season 2. I like to guess on different things, so that's what I will guess. I'll interject another topic here. Heaven's Feel Movie 1. So as far as I'm aware, it hasn't dropped yet. I saw there was some sort of non-spoiler at all picture, a still of Sakura, and it looked pretty darn good with the visuals. So, and from here and there, it's rated fairly well. So, definitely looking forward to it. I don't know how it could disappoint. I hope it don't, but it's part of quite a big title, big series. So, definitely don't want that one to flop. Of course, there's other stuff going on with the series as well. But before we get to that, let's get to Tokyo Ghoul Season 3. Man, oh man, I remember seeing Season 1 and 2. I think there was some sort of conflict between the show and the manga or something, from what I had heard. That it just doesn't live up to the manga or something like that, or sticks to it enough as the source material or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but some people were upset about that or something. But Tokyo Ghoul Season 3, I don't know if I expected such. It just seems like it's been quite a while. I think it ended on quite a number, quite a moment, but it is coming April. Oh my goodness. This might be the biggest stack of pancakes with anime I've ever seen for a season. Of course, it's mostly, I'm not focusing on really, in terms of doing this bit, things that aren't really already established. This is stuff I'm more so familiar with, and series that are established is what I'm kind of focused on, not necessarily. There is not the time to focus on every possible series. That's just bonkers. Every new series that's going on, just impossible. But Tokyo Ghoul Season 3, I don't know what to expect. I don't even know if I'm interested. It might be something to check out if there's nothing else. Obviously, we're going to have our hands full, so it's probably going to have to wait. I don't know. I don't even know how I would compare season 1 and season 2. It might be interesting to check out, so I guess I would be slightly interested, only because I'm familiar with it. If I wasn't familiar with it, I probably wouldn't be interested. So we'll see. There's a Sword Art Online alternative, some sort of alternate world or something like that. I don't know. And that's heading towards us in April. You've got to be kidding me. I think people know enough about Sword Art Online to make a decision whether they're going to invest more time into the series. So I'll just think of it as like a season 3 of sorts, but it's not. I don't think it is necessarily. I think it's an alternate or parallel world of it or something. Whatever the case. Sword Art Online alternative. April. All I can think is, oh heck no. I'm sorry, but if I was 10, 15 years younger, I'd be more interested than pretty much none. The series, it just seems that the target audience is a bit too young for my liking. And of course, the prices of the show is just bonkers. It's a money milker. It's a money milk. It's a cash cow. So they're just trying to make get money off younger kids, but that's what they all do. A lot of them. So I can't blame them. There's a lot of products and this and that are aimed at children, kids, or younger, whatever the case. I'm using those terms loosely here, but I'm not interested. For me, it dropped the ball, the show. Season 1 and Season 2, it just dropped the ball so many different places. And the cluster moment of halfway through Season 1, I will never forget the writing botch, the writing cluster mess up that was halfway through Season 1. And then oh, good gosh, the art style direction. Oh, man. I could complain about that all day. I did not like, and here we're going off the chains of more of a review, but I did not like that art style change halfway through Season 1 and what it became. The elf ears? Really? When you're trying to have them humanized so that things have weight, you dehumanize them by making them look elfish? I think that was dumb. I'm sorry, but I think that was dumb. I can understand wanting to keep a show fresh and having to have some changes or visual changes, but I thought that was a bad move. And the rest of the writing in the middle there, halfway through Season 1, just not good. Throwing away everything that could have been. And this and that. But the most redemptive thing about the show was the end of Season 2, I think. That was like the only redemptive thing. And that's the thing that it struggled with the whole way through the entire show. Is how to get something weighty and meaningful. That was it. That's what the whole show should have been. on certain regards. On the other side of it, you have the action and the actual point A to B plot of where they were trying to get in the first half of season 1. That stuff could have been a lot heavier, and the problem with the show probably was that it didn't have enough serious tone, and it wasn't dark enough. It wasn't enough serious tone and dark enough. Trying to remember some 2 different horrible things from season 2. Good grief. And then I think the most generic villain possible. Good gosh. Anyhow, I don't want to complain about Sword Art Online too much. It's everybody's easy target in the anime world. It's everybody's easy target. It's easy to dislike SAO. But anyhow, I got a couple more to talk about, and then we'll call it good, because I'm rather burnt out as is. So we got the SAO alternative, but there's more. There's something that seems to be a bit popular right now, and it's ongoing. It just recently started, and I might have to check it out at some point, because it looks a bit, there's not that many new shows that look intriguing, fascinating, or that draw me in like the cover of Erase did, whenever that was, 15 or 16. Must have been spring 16. But anyhow, I haven't had any that really capture my attention. But there is one that there seems to be some buzz about, and I might have to check it out. It looks kind of intriguing, a little bit mysterious. I don't know what is really going on with what little I know. Looks kind of odd, bizarre. And that one is Violet Evergarden, or something along those lines. I don't know what it is, but it looks kind of interesting. I'm not sure about it. Kind of on the fence. We'll see. And of course, back to Fate. I think Fate Apocrypha is past now, but still got to check that out. And then that Fate Order 1 movie thing, I don't think anything else has happened with that. People were saying that wasn't as good, and that was just to market the game or something. So I don't know if the movie ain't very good, then there's no point in even trying. But anyhow, Fate Apocrypha passed. The whole thing was part of last season, or whatever the case. But now we have Fate Encore, or Fate Extra. It's ongoing already. So it didn't start very long ago. That one we'll have to see. I think it's by different animators. I mean, on some basis, just because of the series, I'm a little interested. But it seems like Fate is expanding faster than a fat person at a buffet. And, I'm just slightly concerned that somewhere it has to drop the ball or disappoint somewhere. It's not going to live up to the series, the name Fate, the franchise, whatever you want to call it. So we'll have to see about that one. I'm slightly interested, but if it's gonna flop, I there's no point. Same with the movie. If the Fate Order movie was a flop, then there's no point. And as far as I'm aware, that's what I've heard. Now, probably the last topic we have here is a series, a blast from the past, in my case. Pokemon. What on earth am I covering Pokemon for? Well, I just happened to see that there's minor tidbits about the 21st movie. My goodness. Pokemon was the thing back in my day. It was Pokemon and then Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know where I was not to have stumbled upon One Piece, but it took us a long time, but we sure found her, and we're glad that we found it. But anyhow, Pokemon 21. I'm not sure how many movies I haven't seen now. I've seen most of them, at the very least. They're, for the most part, it got to the point where they are just so cringy and low age target, So, but it's always a little interesting to see what's going on with the series, at least with what they have to offer with the movie or whatever the case. And the movie is apparently slated for July. And the shush stomach likes to talk during the recordings. It's part of our high production value, but anyhow. But with the teaser or trailer, or whatever the case, for Pokemon Movie 21, number one, there's some sort of mystery girl. With colored hair. And then there was this very expressive, I don't know what you call it. Very expressive noise she made, holding a Pokeball in the air, up in the air. First, she was like confused, and then she's like more stunned. So, really weird. And then at the end, there's kind of sounds like the Lugia movie sound or song. So that would be the second movie, Pokemon 2000. Oh boy, was that the thing. The first movie, second movie, and third movie, those were where it was at. The first 2 seasons of the show. Or leagues, or whatever you want to call it. Beyond that point, it was just, at a certain point, a show should end. And after the second region, the show should have ended. But if you make something and it's bonkers successful, keep the content going. It's the smart thing to do. Who wouldn't? Anyone would. So we would have done the same thing. We would have kept the show going forever. So it's just very interesting. People are speculating based upon the prior movie. Haven't seen it. But with that having Ho-Oh, apparently, people are speculating this one is about Lugia, and someone speculated that the mystery girl is Ho-Oh, which is bizarre to think about. That's very fascinating and mysterious. I like that kind of speculation because it makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder what the heck is going on and how does that work. But anyhow, that'll probably do us. So that's just some of the things I've heard about recently. That's the meat and potatoes of it. And of course, there's all sorts of other brand new series popping up all the time. It's impossible to cover everything, but there's probably much better channels that cover boatloads more. But anyhow, we can only do what we can do. And to kind of end it off here on this video, you can expect a video about YouTube demonetizing me tomorrow. You can expect the video tomorrow, not they're demonetizing me tomorrow. It's the, I think, 17th. So we have until the 17th to get 1,000 subs and maintain 4,000 watched hours every year. Well, in past 12 months. I think the hours we have no issue, but that might become an issue over time. And obviously the subs, we don't have it. So I'm very, very unhappy about it, because it essentially means the channel, it's only a matter of time until the channel is dead. But, you know, at least I have plenty of content for now to dish out every month. So I guess, to put it simply, the channel may just bleed out, if I can just put it in simple terms. I don't know. If I'm not going to even earn fraction of pennies on the work I put into the channel, then I should spend my time elsewhere. As much as I never want to give up reacting. You know, so it's been fun. It's been really neat. And on certain basis, I could go through a lot more anime if I weren't reacting. I wouldn't have to put as much time into this and that. I could just plow through shows faster. And it is more than it seems. It really is. You don't realize it until you're on this side of the fence. So, anyhow, I guess the only thing that could keep us monetized is if, with the content that we're going to dish out, that we somehow hit 1K subs. I don't know if I want to. I don't even know if I want to try and make it, because it just seems near impossible. It's possible, but also near impossible. If I did try something, the last resort would be to try and do linking each bit of One Piece that we dished out separately in their own videos. That might help with traffic. And then doing that the same for everything else I have in stock. So it's going to be a while for people to see the next movie reaction. It's going to take a long time, I think, because I'm kind of stuck with all these long series, and I'm trying to dish them out so people are still satisfied. But ideally, I'd want something in between them all, but there's just too many that the wait would be too long. So we're going to eventually finish off Fairy Tail, and then we'll be down to Hunter and One Piece. So we'll have Fairy Tail Season 1 finished off. We'll call it good for now with that, and then we'll just deal with Hunter and One Piece. That way there's not like a 4-month time gap for people to have to wait. It would just be whatever the case. If I put something in between it still would be 4 months. Dang it. Never mind. Whatever the case, I'm just rambling now. So, rambling on. Ramboing on. So what are you interested in seeing? Any upcoming anime? What are you interested in seeing? What have you heard recently? What do you think is going to be good? What's been good recently? and boatloads of comments. That's another video I intend to do, is reply to comments live. It's just an idea. I don't know. It sounds like a less spammy way of communicating back. Hopefully faster. But, or hopefully it won't be slow anyhow. But anyhow, that does it for us. So thank you very much for watching. I don't think there will be another AniNews, but I didn't even think there was it would be a second one. So you never know. This will probably be, we'll probably call it good with this one. We'll be very, very busy with all these shows. Good grief. I don't know how we'll deal with it all. I might just have to drop everything else and not. I have certain things to work. I'll work on certain things up to. I'll try to work on certain things, a couple things up to April, whatever the case. This and that. I got an idea, and then I'll probably try and finish off Fairy Tail season 1, and then April we'll set everything else aside because we'll be in the clear, and then we'll deal with all these, or some of the ongoing ones. Steins Gate 0, Boku no Hero Academia, Shokugeki, not SAO alternative. And that'll probably do us. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll work on something on the side. It's always up in the air. Who knows what the channel's fate is? It's up in the air, and just enjoy it while it lasts is the case. Just enjoy the channel while it lasts, because this is probably the last year of the channel. I don't know. At most, at least, or at most, whatever the case, I do this worlds more casually. I've tried to really push and try and make it successful, and have failed miserably. So, but that's my part. That's not you guys. You guys did not fail. I failed. What is it? Speishta? Watashi wa Speishta? Or something like that. The only reason I know that is from Steins Gate. So anyhow, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for something else. You never know. So now I gotta upload. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for plenty ahead. I just got done with one thing recently. Man, makes me want to do an intermission type video. But I don't want to give it away. So anyhow, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I will see you up ahead. As always, take her cool.